I'm 22, a freshly minted college grad and a new arrival here in Boston. It's a beautiful afternoon. Come on, let's go check out this parade. Wait, what is that sound? It's magnetic. I have to find it. This siren song, it's all percussion and all women. The batucada bells, I went weak in the knees every time I heard them. See, I always loved music. When I was 7, I taught myself a song on the piano by ear. I'd heard my cousins playing the minor chords and I loved it. So at my next piano lesson, I proudly played it for my teacher and she lit into me. How dare you go ahead and you learned it all wrong. I hadn't learned it wrong, I just played it in a different key. But she popped my enthusiasm like a balloon. From that day forward, I became a very obedient note player. A good girl. No curiosity, no improvising. Now it's the summer before 5th grade. I'm sleeping over at my bestie's house and her mom's putting away clean towels as I turn to say, this fall at school, I'm going to play drums for my band instrument. Diane, girls don't play drums. Bad girl. There's a manual for being a girl. I swear I've never seen it. Sandy's gonna play flute, so I guess I'll do that too. Then in 6th grade, I was pulled from a small singing group because my voice stood out too much. And with that, I packed away my musicality. I played piano safely. I sang where no one could hear me, and I developed epic, nightmare-worthy stage fright, which actually served me well, keeping me in my good girl box because it was uncomfortable. Now I'm in my 30s and deep into Julia Cameron's book, The Artist's Way. Don't you just love the morning pages and the way it asks us to look for synchronicities? I've got today's Boston Globe here, and what's this little classified? No. Auditions, batucada bells, no experience necessary. No way, you all, it's the band from the parades. The bells welcomed me in. I played a huge drum called a surdo. In Portuguese, it means deaf man, because you feel that bad boy coming down the street before you even hear it. And that big drum gave me confidence. I joined a community-based Brazilian samba group, and it had singers. And of course I memorized all the lyrics, phonetically because Portuguese, but I sang them in my car, in the shower, in a boat, with a goat, anywhere. No one could hear me. And then one night at rehearsal, the leader turned to me because the singer didn't show up. Do I know this song? Get up there and do it? Oh my God, I'm 40 years old. I'll hate myself forever if I don't, but I think I'm gonna hurl. My feet are moving. I've never sung into a mic in front of a band in Portuguese. Na beira do mar, chamarei Iemanjá. I nailed it, and I had so much fun. I walked out of that rehearsal a different woman from the one who'd walked in. My biography changed that night. And I learned that when you say yes to life, even when it scares you, it launches you out of your box and into alignment with your truth. Now that lesson saved me again, almost 2 decades later. At 58, vacationing in Maui, I tried surfing. And I popped up on my very first wave. And I thought, yes, this. When I turn 65, I am going to travel and surf the world. However, the year I turned 60, 2 things hit me hard. Why can't I zip up my favorite dress? And, oh, look at these finances. Surf the world. I'm not going anywhere. In fact, I'm going to have to live really small. And others my age were saying, guess Our best years are behind us now, and I felt myself shrinking into a new box labeled done. But a voice from deep inside me rose up and said, oh, hell no. I'd seen a woman online. Somehow she was making money through workouts. I did not understand it, but I knew getting paid to get fit was my answer. Hi, Michelle. I don't know exactly what you're doing. I just know I need to do it too. Network marketing. I held my nose and said yes anyway. I started my online wellness community, and I started to give myself hope. But those bad girl voices, they'd come along for a ride. They were right there with, start a business at your age and fitness. Nobody wants inspiration from your wrinkled ass. Girl, you're broke. Get a second job. But those voices were too late. I'd begun to change my self-talk, and I'm too old had become, I'm experienced. Plus, I was already in love with helping women see the capability of their bodies through new eyes. Every, I can't believe I just did that, fueled my passion. It's 2023 now. I'm 65 and I am face to face with that surf the world vision I'd cast. It felt grandiose. You know, status quo was pretty good. I could just put this in a box called nice ideas. But hang on a second, my husband is saying, we've surfed in Mexico. Why don't we rent out our place here and move there? Oh, that is hilarious. Oh, he's serious. Okay, box or no box? And I remembered that surdo and the mic in my hand, that very first wave under my feet, and the beloved online community I'd created specifically to do something like this. We moved. And I surfed happily in Sayulita, Mexico, until I discovered a significant tear in my rotator tendon. I wasn't actually bummed. I knew in my gut I'd be okay, but other people sure weighed in. Isn't surfing dangerous at our age? And you know, we're not getting any younger. I refused to let those words take root, and for 767 days, I healed. Then last November, I walked back into the ocean, and I popped up on my very first wave. Yes, and in that victorious moment, it hit me. I wasn't just standing on a surfboard. I was standing on every brave version of myself. That determined little girl, the terrified singer, the newbie entrepreneur, and the woman who kept choosing herself when she was scared. See, we're not one story. We are the series of yeses that kick us out of our boxes and into life. I know when you say yes to the thing that scares but excites you, your biography gets an upgrade. And I know if it's possible for one, it's possible for all. So if the woman who was told girls don't play drums, who was silenced for standing out, who believed she was too old, too late, and that her dreams were too much, if I can keep rewriting my story, so can you. We are not done yet, my friends. Not by a long shot. Thank you.